it feels as though, well, maybe am I being fake, or is this really me, or is this a coping mechanism? And what is up, y'all? We are back with another video. I was going to say a message. If you follow me on Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, definitely go follow me on Instagram. It's Olympsy High. And if you follow me on TikTok, for sure, that's where I give the short versions of what this video is going to be. But if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Thank you for coming, honey. And if you're not new here, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so today we have a little bit of a different setup. I do kind of try to do like these sit down videos and just talk to y'all, and we can just have a little therapy session together. But what I wanted to talk about today is really what has been the theme of my year, and that's change. I feel like everything in my life has changed. Relationships have changed. Friendships have changed. My environment changed. So there was a lot of drastic change within the last couple of months of the year. And one thing that I would say to myself is that it's okay to change. And I don't know who needs to hear that or who feels that that would be relevant to them. But I want you to know that it's okay to change. And what I mean by that, when I say that, I think when we change or we feel ourselves growing because we see so many things change around us, or we may lose friends, or, you know, change may be uncomfortable, you start to think like, you know what, maybe it would just be okay if I don't change, if I just stay in this place that I'm at. But I'm here to tell you that it's okay to change. It's okay to go through a change that may feel super drastic and unnecessary at the time. But when you go through it, you'll start to understand like this is exactly what you needed. Every single change that happened in my life this year was exactly what I needed, right? And when I say that it's okay to change, I just want you to stop and give yourself a pat on the back. Like, give yourself a pat on the back for even wanting to change, because there's so many people in their life in life that don't feel the need to change. They feel that who they are is going to be who they are, and that's just it, you know. And that's cool, you know, if we're talking about the core of who you are. Yes, the core of me really has not changed. I'm still a very passionate person, a compassionate person, an empathetic individual, very caring, very considerate. That's who I am. But as far as things that I like, things that I'm going to tolerate, boundaries that I'm going to set, those things have changed. And especially as a woman in my 20s, it can be kind of like shocking to see, because it's like as you grow older, especially if I can really say from my early 20s to where I am right now in my mid 20s, there has been such a drastic change in the things that I like to do, the boundaries I've set, the things that, you know, that I tolerate. And that has come really within the last couple of months. The biggest change has been within the last couple of months in my life. And I don't think that I've really sat and allowed myself to say, okay, it's okay that you've changed. Like it had gotten to a point where it's like, you know what, like I feel like I can't recognize myself. And when you get to a point where you feel like you can't recognize yourself, sometimes it feels as though, well, maybe am I being fake, or is this really me, or is this a coping mechanism? And it's like when you're changing. Allow yourself to go through that change. And especially for my believers out there, understand, like, especially when you're changing with God, God is going to make you die of anything and everything regarding to your old self. And so when you wake up and you start to realize, I don't like doing this anymore, I don't like doing that, or I realize that probably wasn't love, or I realize that I need to change these things, you start to think like, dang, I don't even recognize myself no more. But it's okay. I want you to be okay with the changes that you're going through, because as a woman and in my 20s, I've realized, like, I'm going to be changing. A lot of things around me are going to change. I'm getting to the age where it's almost time for, me, like I want to settle down. I want to have kids. I know like my environment is going to change. Life is going to change. I'm not going to be able to do the things that I want to do, or I once did in my younger 20s, in my older 20s, and that's okay, because change, when you feel yourself changing, especially in a positive direction, that tells you that growth is here. Because when we're not changing, we're constantly in our comfort zone. When you feel uncomfortable, that means change is happening. And it's okay. Embrace the change. Embrace the new beginnings. And that's something I have to tell myself almost every single day, that I have to embrace the new beginnings, because my old self is very used to being comfortable, and no matter what that cost is, there's a high cost to being comfortable. You let down your boundaries, you forget, you just kind of forget yourself. You do what is self-love at that point? So even through me being uncomfortable and me setting boundaries and me saying no and me doing all of these things, although it has been very uncomfortable, I'm proud of myself. And I tell myself that every day. Like, I'm proud of myself for making the uncomfortable decisions, for me trusting in God when he was ready to make those changes, when he was cultivating something in me that he created me to be, when he was helping me get closer to who I've always wanted to be. That is a prayer that I've prayed for the longest time. And so now that it's here, when I really feel myself aligning with who God says that I am, and aligning with who God created me to be, although it is there are abrupt changes, there are changes that I welcome into my life, for sure. There are definitely changes that I welcome into my life. So I just want you to know that it is okay to change. Embrace the change, embrace the new beginnings. Understand that change may require you to say no. Change may require you to be uncomfortable. Change may require you to literally change your environment. And so even through it all, just know and remember that the bottom line is that you are growing. And when you grow, not everybody is going to grow at the same rate as you. Not everybody is going to grow in the same direction as you. And that's okay. Life, people are going to come and go. The real ones are going to stay. You're going to find your tribe. I'm still finding mine. I have a solid group of people. And I want to continue to meet people, and that requires me to put myself out there and be willing to be uncomfortable and trust and do all those things. But I'm willing to take that chance. Change is beautiful, especially when you embrace it. So that's all I wanted to say. I hope y'all enjoyed this message. I hope y'all like these types of videos. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Like I said, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'm so happy and grateful now that we are at 1,000 subscribers within the next 11 weeks, right? So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you don't already, go follow me on my Instagram. It's Olympsy High. Follow me on my TikTok. It's Olympsy High. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.